Salut à tous, je suis ici en compagnie de Luke Barnatt à San Diego, à Alliance MMA. Thank you, Luke, for this interview.
That's all right. How are we doing?
So, Luke, your last fight was against Sean Strickland. What's your opinion of this fight?
Yeah, we fought in Germany. It was back in March. It was a little while ago now. I've been a bit off the radar since. I felt like I won. I felt like I put on a good performance. Everything went to plan. I did what I was supposed to. It wasn't the most exciting fight, but that was down to Sean not wanting to engage, not wanting to have a fight. You know, backpedaling, moving away from the action, and really running away from the whole fight. So I feel good about it. I mean, I consider it a win. I know technically I lost, and it says on my record that I'm 8-1, but I see myself as undefeated and 9-0 and moving forward.
Mm-hmm. And so, what's your next challenge right now? Who will you face soon? I'm
fighting in Austin, Texas, on the 22nd of November against a guy named Roger Narvaez. I think I said that right. I don't know much about the guy. He's had one fight in the UFC. I think he's 6-1. You know, he came in late notice to fight Patrick Cummings, and that's the only fight I've really seen of the guy. So I think he got his opportunity through, you know, a late replacement and saying yes and jumping up the opportunity to be in the UFC rather than getting there through selection or, you know, going through the Ultimate Fighter like I did or any other way. So he was quite lucky to get in. He lost that fight to Patrick, and I'll be fighting him in Texas. He's a guy from Texas, so I'm invading Texas for the fight, which I'm looking forward to. And yeah, I'm ready to go.
Is he a striker or a grappler?
I don't really know. I mean, he's more of a jiu-jitsu guy, I believe. Watching his fights, he's quite aggressive, comes forwards, but I wouldn't say he's a striker. He's not very technical. I believe I have a huge advantage on the feet. I think I have a huge advantage in the wrestling, and I'm good enough to stop anyone submitting me. So I feel like it's a very, very good contest for me.
So how is your training camp right now here at the Alliance?
It's definitely changed a lot for me. I've been out here. It's my first trip out to Alliance for a camp. It came around because I'm with Bad Boy. I work very closely with Bad Boy, and they sponsor me and they look after me, and they suggested coming out here. I heard very good things about the camp from people like Alexander Gustafsson, who's been out here, Ross Pearson, and really I want to emulate what Alex has done. You know, Alex has come out here, really improved his wrestling game, you know, made it very, very hard for people to take him down, working with, you know, Phil Davis, who beat him, and then having the courage to come out here and train here. You can see the elevation that's happened in his game, and I see myself much like Alex. Very similar frame, very similar fighting style, you know, and I want to do the same thing. So it was a very good match for me. With Bad Boy being based here in San Diego, they were able to make it happen, put me in contact with Eric Del Fiero here at Alliance, and it's just a great fit for me. I mean, it's beautiful here. The training is very, very good. There's very, very good training partners for me here, and I feel like I've only been here maybe 7 weeks, and my game has elevated incredibly just by watching the athletes we have here. You know, people like Dominic Cruz, Marjorie, you know, who are both me, but in different weight classes. Very tall, lanky strikers. I mean, Dominic's a wrestler too. And you just see, I can see what I can become by looking at the fighters around me, and it's had a really, really positive impact.
Are you becoming more and more popular in England?
I believe so. I hope so. I hope the whole of Europe, you know, or in America too. I think my popularity in England really hit when I won my fight in London. I mean, I had a very impressive performance in Manchester, where I got Fight of the Night honours against Andrew Craig, and then people were like, oh, who is this guy? And then I went on to fight in London and finished Mats Nilsson, who's a very big name in the European scene. Not in the UFC, but in the European scene. Very, very tough guy. I don't believe he's fought since that fight. And I took him out in the first round with a knockout, and I was very proud of that performance. And then the English fans were like, right, who is this guy? Because I got into the UFC for the Ultimate Fighter 17, which is a very, very popular show, but it's more popular out here in America. More people know of it out here. I was more recognizable out in America than I was in England, which was strange. And now with my fights in the UFC, I mean, this will be my 5th fight in the UFC now. The UK fans are coming around, and I believe they're starting to support me and see me as one of the rising stars from England.
And do you expect to fight maybe in February in London?
100%. That's my goal. I'm going to knock this guy out and then move on forward to fighting in February, fighting on home turf. And, you know, in my eyes, I'll be 5-0 in the UFC after this performance. It's a very good record. Not many people in the UFC at middleweight have done that. So I expect to move on from fighting these these nobodies and fight some names that people care about, and really get the English guys behind me and start, taking on names.
Anderson Silva will face Nick Diaz in January. What do you think about this fight?
I think it's fantastic. I think it's great for the fans. Everyone loves Nick Diaz. Doesn't matter what you say about the guy. Everyone loves him. They like to see him fight. He's entertaining. He brings it every single time. He's never been in a boring fight. And it's Anderson Silva. So Anderson Silva returning off of the injuries that he sustained. A lot of questions, a lot of ifs, a lot of buts, lots of we don't know what's going to happen. But even if these two just go in there and have a boxing match, it's going to be entertaining. So I'm psyched for that fight. I can't wait. I'm hoping to go visit, watch the fight live. And I don't know who's going to win. To be honest, I think Nick Diaz is probably the guy who's going to take the fight. Everyone's going for Anderson, but I just feel like Nick always connects. He's always pushing the pace. And is Anderson the same man as he used to be? That's the question mark. So I'm going for Diaz.
Good. So we can't wait to see your fight soon, and wish you good luck.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you.